Welcome to Fringe Fanatics with Chad Lee and Chris Sane.
Whoa, and we are back, ladies and gentlemen. How are you doing? Episode 159 of Fringe Fanatics. I am Chris Zane.
I am Chad Lee, and I think this is 160, right?
Oh, shit, it is 160. Oh, my God, dude. It's happening quickly. Yeah, no, I was actually looking at the episodes today. I was at 159, but 159 is gone. 160 is here. Crimbus is almost here. Things are happening, and we are happy to be here on this Tuesday evening. Chad, how are you doing, buddy?
Doing good, man. Doing good. Last weekend, we had the PI, and really pleased with how it went.
Nice.
Didn't even have to work on Saturday.
No double days?
Nope. Got everything done.
Fantastic.
We were out of there by 5 o'clock on Friday, and I don't really want to spill like too much of the company's like numbers or anything like that.
Know everything.
Exactly. But as far as we were in the positive, we weren't short on anything, and there's definitely areas to improve on, but that definitely sent the weekend into a good celebration uproar.
Yeah, I can imagine, because when I was there, the PI was quite the experience, and it continued on for multiple days. So that in and of itself should be a good thing to pat on your back about, because I mean, they wasted a lot of man hours.
Yeah. We had heard from corporate too that they had a lot of eyes on us, and I guess they were very impressed with the organization and everything. So things are looking good. I'm excited to keep staying there, and I hit 5 years in March, so
nice.
Get a nice shiny plaque,
dude. Yeah,
right,
maybe
there.
A coffee mug or something.
One can only hope, dude. I'm dreaming.
Yeah. Well, those are those little tokens, you know, that stick with you forever. Well, that's good, man. That's cool shit. I am happy that went well, because I know how stressful that was.
That's good. Yeah. But Saturday we went to B-Dubs, man, and I had not been to B-Dubs since the fantasy football draft, but we didn't eat there.
Good.
And what do you mean?
I just feel like the last couple of times I've eaten at B-Dubs, it's been terrible.
Oh man, damn! I don't know which ones you're going to. You need to go to the ones at the outlet. That one was fire, dude. I didn't know that they had a Nashville sauce, and so I tried that with traditional wings.
I did try that one.
Oh man, it was so fucking good.
We're all about that Nashville.
She opened my eyes to the potato wedges with cheese on it. I didn't know they did that.
Okay, yeah, no,
that was
I like
really
that.
good. Yep.
Yeah, some wedges and some cheese.
Yeah. I hadn't been drinking very much at all, but I figured I'd celebrate, so I got a margarita, and that was really good. They had her champagne, so
nice.
Yeah, we watched the Army-Navy game.
Oh yeah, that was a good one. Army ended up winning, and they pulled that one out nice.
Yep.
I tuned in for a little bit, but I did not continue watching that much of it. So, but yeah, that's cool. What was your other highlight of the weekend, if you will?
Other than that, we finished the well, obviously Sunday was a bummer, but I'm sure we'll get into that later.
That's unfortunate.
But we had a great time cooking a steak on Sunday, and then we finished that Welcome to Derry show. So
was it good?
It was really good, man.
Is it?
Yeah, it was really good. A lot of people are calling it, at least like the critics are, in a sense, one of the best horror mini series or just like TV series that they've ever had. There was a few scenes in it that were just like pretty epic, and it always gets kind of goofy because it's not just
a crazy
clown.
thing.
It can transform, and so it just gets kind of nuts. And so I don't know. I was really pleasantly surprised.
It's also hard to talk about the movie after the fact, because you're like, yeah, I watched it, and you're like, what did you watch? It's almost like a who's on first. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that tie into the movies. Tons of Easter eggs. Man. It's really good.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to watching that one.
Yeah.
Both of the movies were really good, and I've heard this one kind of explain. It's almost like a prequel, not prequel, if you will. Kind of. No spoilers. So
pretty much like a prequel, and then next season they'll be going even further back in time. Yep. So pretty good.
Getting all sneaky on us.
That's right.
I forget who directed that, but
I know I don't want to pronounce it. He's got kind of a tough name to pronounce, so
that's fair.
I do know it, but yeah. Good director.
That guy's a hell of a guy.
That's for sure. Yeah.
He's a hell of a guy. Yeah, no, that's cool, man. Yeah, My weekend was pretty chill. Other than Sunday, we went to the game, me and my brother.
Sweet.
That was pretty fun. We had a good time. It was a good game. We won, which was awesome. Unfortunate news, obviously, we'll get into there later as well. But I had another interaction with a fan, and this one I'm going to say was not warranted on my part.
Like a bad interaction?
Kind of. There was like, she kind of looked like Miss Frazzle sitting behind me, but with gray hair, and she was a Packers fan. And she had one of those piercing, like, woo! That she would do constantly.
Yeah.
And I was cheering back. Okay? I wasn't doing anything mean. I was just cheering.
Did you say she was a Packers fan?
Yes.
Okay, yep.
Yeah, and so I wasn't doing anything mean. I was just, Miss Frizzle. I thought it was Frazzle.
Okay, I don't know.
It's from not the
Magic School Bus.
Is it the Magic School Bus? For some reason I said that, like, that's not the name of it. It is the Magic School Bus, but that's who she looked like. And at one point, I like kind of sensed the tension, so like I turned around and I was like, "So, like, where are you ladies from? Are you from here?" Like, and she just hit me with one-word answers. No. And I was like, "Oh, cool. Is this your guys' first time to a game?" Yep. And I was like, "All right, cool." She hates me. So then I continued just cheering and didn't really like pay attention to him. But like it got down to like the final 2 minutes, and like Packers fans were starting to leave, and I forget what it was. I think it was one of the interceptions, and like the whole stadium's chanting "Go back home" because there was a decent amount of Packers fans there,
definitely.
And there was a "Go Pack Go" chant that got going a couple times, and I was like, I don't like this at all. And
they're invading.
Especially at halftime, I turned to my brother. I was like, we're gonna look like real assholes if we lose this game with this lady behind us. But so like that interceptions happens, and like everybody's like, go back home, and it's super loud, and she's leaving, and she like turns to me and she says something. I don't know what she said because it's so loud, and then she looks me in the eyes and she's like, "Fuck you." Whoa. And I was like, whoa. I was like, I don't feel like anything I did warranted that response.
Whoa.
It was pretty interesting.
I will say I've watched a few games with you, and
I can get pretty
get really under someone's skin.
Yeah,
but I wasn't there, so I don't know.
It wasn't you, so I wasn't being a total dick. But again, even my brother was like, "You weren't being that bad." I was like, "I know, man." I was like, "I don't get it," but
I'm sure, like with their team losing, that definitely salts it. That makes it worse.
I think something happened too when Golden went down, and was it Golden
Watson?
Or Watson? Yeah, it was Watson on that interception from Pat Surtain. We're all cheering for Surtain running, and we don't even notice he's down still.
Yeah.
And she like started bitching about like people weren't like clapping for him to get back up, but I was like, we didn't even know he was hurt by that time. So, anyways, that was pretty funny.
Well, that's cool. I had a few other friends went to that game, and man, they got a good one.
Yeah, no, it was a very good game. One of Bo Nix's best, probably.
Yeah,
so
they're calling it probably his best game.
Yes, indeed. So that was probably the highlight of my weekend. Trying to think if we're watching something.
What did you do Saturday?
Saturday, I didn't do too much. I just hung out, kind of kicked it, took it easy. Trying to think of something else I did on Saturday. I don't even know what I do on the weekends anymore, dude. It's cool. I don't even know what I do. I didn't do too much, though. There wasn't anything too crazy to discuss, obviously. But, yeah, the game was pretty fun. That took up most of my day Sunday. That is the one thing about going to the games. You're talking 6-7 hours. Yeah. So,
that's the whole day.
Yeah, I didn't do much on Saturday. I had the day off, and I don't really think I did much. I did finish watching that Vietnam thing, which I do recommend. Pretty entertaining.
Sweet.
Learned a lot, and then other than that, I think that's about it. So,
how are you and your brothers going to determine who goes to the playoff game?
It's been so long since that happened, Chad. I don't remember how we did that up. Yeah.
Only 10 years, man.
Well, we had the one last year, but it was on the road, unfortunately. Yeah. But, this could be the first one that we have here in a while. So I don't know how we're going to go about that. I think my brother Shannon's probably still going to be kind of on the fence. And my brother Sean I don't know if he really enjoys going to the games. So it'll probably come down to me and my brother.
That works out.
But cool. Yeah, that should be fun if that does end up happening. We'll look forward to that.
Yeah.
At the rate we're going, it could be 77 and sunny in January. So I don't know what's happening.
It's been like
in Colorado.
September weather here in Colorado.
No, yesterday I got in the car and it said it was 79, and I was like, "There's no way it's 79 degrees."
I got up to 67 yesterday.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I was like, I think my car was just sitting in the heat.
Yeah, I think that's it. But it's still warm, man. I've been wearing short sleeves and stuff.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah,
and it's crazy. I think it's going to be 67 for Crimbus next week.
Yep.
So, yeah. But it's
Probably
wild.
Ice cold in Kansas when we go.
That probably will be what happens.
Yeah.
You'll leave sunny weather and land, and it'll be all cold and frigid.
Yeah,
Damn
that's
it.
how it always goes.
Son of a... But, yeah, other than that,
That's cool,
man,
man.
just, living that dream. Work's finally winding down. That's been nice.
Sweet.
Getting a lot of stuff done outside of work now, so that's been good. But yeah, let's get into it, man. It's that time
Let's get into some sports
headlines. Get your headlines. Let's get into the NFL.
Are you ready for some football?
Better be dang it.
It's football, bro. Happens.
Close the file. 69. Offense. He's giving them the business.
Well, it's Monday night and we're ready to strike.
Well, Monday night happened last night, and that was kind of a
We're coming by
not fun game. I didn't tune into, but maybe 5 minutes of it, and just to check the score, and then I was like, all right, that's going about how I expected it to go. But yeah, apparently Dolphins don't like cold weather. So.
Two is now 0-6 in games where the game starts with the temperature under 40.
Yes, and I don't think it's going to get any better for him. Let's get into the games of the week, though. We got the Lions and the Rams up first. This one was a barn burner, much like the other one we're going to talk about. Definitely the reason why they're the games of the week.
Pretty much they were two games. Yeah.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
Pretty much that were like competitive back and forth kind of shootouts. But Matthew Stafford, man, the guy might be the MVP. I don't know how it's going to shake out, but this
good
guy.
thing his name's not Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, or then he would be losing the MVP.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, but Matt Stafford is, because I just before we saw that
I was like, I don't know what you just meant.
I think I'm just still mad because right before we started recording, I noticed that Shea is the betting favorite right now. It's okay.
Yeah,
they got the best record.
Yeah,
Whatever. We'll see how the season
that's
plays
fine.
out.
Whatever.
39 and triple-double last night. No big deal.
No big deal.
But yeah, Matt Stafford had a hell of a game. 368 yards, 2 TDs, and he did have one interception. But we see why the Rams are probably the favorites. And I think we looked this up actually when we were working on Friday. They are the betting favorites to win the Super Bowl right now. I was telling those guys, I said, if I wanted to bet $100 on one team to win it, it would definitely be them because they just seem like the more complete team. The Lions, I mean, they put up some numbers. They had some good offense, but it's just their defense right now that it's, they're banged up and it's just really killing them.
Yeah, I mean, that's been the thing all year. Their back end has been banged up. They can't get healthy on defense. Jared Goff, 25 of 41, 338 yards. This was a definite duel of two quarterbacks, which is funny enough. They switched teams, so that in and of itself is pretty funny. 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. Jahmyr Gibbs, though, this is the huge thing here. They basically stifled their rushing game. Jahmyr Gibbs, 13 carries, 38 yards, no touchdowns. They could not stop Amon-Ra St. Brown, 13 receptions, 164 yards, and 2 tutties to go with that. Puka Nacua, though, scary incident there. Did you see that hit he took?
He took a really nasty hit.
It was like right when he was like falling down, and then he just got smacked right in the back of the head and neck area, got up, fell down. Ended up leaving the game, so we'll see what he's doing. And then the other news, Monte Adams.
Yeah, looks like he pulled his hamstring. I'm not sure the exact diagnosis of it, but he's been dealing with the hamstring over the last few weeks. And he was running a route, kind of no contact, just running, and it just came up hobbling, and it did not look good. It was announced yesterday he is week to week.
I did see today there was another report coming out of Detroit or out of LA that they think he might play next week, which I'm like, that's pretty wild. But at this point, you might as well rest him, not rush him, because I mean you're pretty much sitting pretty squarely in the lead right now in the NFC. So
all right, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, much like you said, I do think the Rams are kind of one of the more well-rounded teams, especially in the NFC. But as a whole, you look at them top to bottom, defense,
every facet of the game. Man.
Yeah, they're looking pretty good. They've got playmakers in the rushing game. They've got multiple wide receivers that could be a number one on anybody else's team. So they are going to be the team to beat, especially in the NFC, and they could be there in Santa Clara come February.
Could be. Just I want to touch on that balanced rushing game because everybody, can think of, their pass game and everything like that. And they've got Blake Corum, who played in the national championship last year won a national championship with Michigan. And he had 71 yards, and then Kyron Williams had 78 yards. I mean, it's just a perfect split of backs back there. And then, with Devontae Adams going out, Colby Parkinson, the tight end, step up big, 5 receptions for 75 yards. Just this team is led so well, and it's such a well-oiled machine. I'm just going to be shocked if anything can stop it. I really hope they can beat Philly in the playoffs if they end up playing them. But we might get 3 teams out of the NFC West.
It is a possibility for sure. Yep, they're looking pretty good, and I don't see them slowing down at all. But let's move in.
We got to mention though that whole division might change up this Thursday because they go to Seattle.
Oh, that is true.
And they play Seattle on Thursday night.
Yeah, and that could be for some big marbles there, if you will.
That's right. A lot on the line.
Yeah, and then also this week we got the first Saturday games.
Yep,
Chad.
that's true.
Saturday football is back. And they're like just in time to steal the thunder from the college football.
Yeah, I know. I hate that they do that right when these playoffs.
Well, CFP is happening. Yeah. Saturday games.
We're actually going to go see Avatar on Saturday. So I looked at this before I bought the tickets. I looked at the schedule and I was like, you know what? I don't think I need to see James Madison or Tulane get beat by Oregon. I think I can miss this.
Yeah, this first week's it's usually blowouts. We've learned that the last few years. They're just so top heavy that the bottom ranked teams are just like blown away, and then we might get something good. We'll see. But yes, let's continue on to the next game, which is going to be the Bills versus the Patriots. And this was huge for my Denver Broncos, as the Patriots losing one game put them in sole possession of lead in the AFC. And we got a few weeks left, and they're both looking about the same in terms of toughness of schedule, especially now with what happened. We kind of have an easier game possibly come Christmas Day.
It's true.
So unfortunately, I'm not happy about what happened, but it's an unfortunate thing. But let's get into the Bills versus the Patriots here, as this one was one hell of a game, back and forth, and it could be what we see for the next, decade in the NFC East if Drake May can keep it up.
I think we might too. Mike Vrabel's still, a young buck, and he might just keep coaching that team for another 10 to 15 years. Who knows if it keeps happening like this.
Belichick 2.0.
That's right. Trevion Henderson, he had a long of 65, and the story of this game is the comeback. That's what we got to start with. The Patriots went up 21-0 with 2 minutes left to go in the first half. And then the Bills put up a late touchdown in the half. And then it was basically all Bills after that.
Yeah, they come storming back after the Patriots kick a field goal there heading into halftime to put it 24-7. After that, though, as Chad said, it was pretty much all in the Bills' favor until the fourth quarter, when the Patriots finally got another score to put it 28-31. And then James Cook with another rushing touchdown put them up for the win, 35-31. And this was one of a better snow game. There's a little bit of a flurry happening there. Mm-hmm. It wasn't total snow,
but it's a good thing that the stadium and an organization had to move the snow, unlike Cincinnati, the cheapest franchise in sports. Did you see that that's an NFL rule?
Do you have to move the snow?
It's an NFL rule.
Well, it's player safety.
No, on the stands. In the stands. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh.
Yeah, so Cincinnati, minutes before the game started, I saw a thing on Twitter.
I didn't see this.
Where the whole stadium, it doesn't look like anybody touched it.
It's just white.
It's
the
just
people are
totally white.
I forget where that was. It might have been one of the Bills games where they tried to get ahead of it and they just couldn't. And people are just sitting in snow seats.
Yeah.
You're just
well, that what they've done a few times where they've paid the told them you can get tickets to the game and stuff, which is awesome. But Cincinnati, this just goes show you how owners' personalities are so different where like, yeah, it is. And I didn't know this until now, but like somebody like an NFL reporter or something pointed out that, yeah, it's an NFL rule that you have to push off the snow in the stands. You don't want them to like get sick and stuff, man. Or like
you get sued. I mean,
exactly.
we know the game with the Chiefs were in, what game was that? Was
the Miami Dolphins.
Yeah.
But
there's people getting frostbite and shit. You get sued for that.
They were taking their shirts off and stuff.
I think you could get out of it if the guy's half naked.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you're sitting in snow.
But that game in Cincinnati, I believe it was like almost single digits. I mean, it was especially with like wind chill. So I mean, like, yeah, it's New England. They're used to it. Buffalo, they're very well used to it. But yeah, it's great to see. This was kind of like the second week, especially, and then when there was more games where we're starting to see football weather, and it's nice.
We are getting to the football weather. You know, normally by now I feel like we're in the throes of it, but now we're just barely on the precipice of it, it feels like. And it's like, okay, we're ready. We've been ready for some football weather, and it's finally here. And this is a game much like, I guess, on the opposite end of the spectrum as the last game we discussed, where you've got Josh Allen and Drake May dueling it out kind of here, but the stats are completely switched. We've got 19 of 28 for Josh Allen for 193 yards, 3 touchdowns. Drake May, 14 of 23, 155 yards. Like I said, total opposite of the last game where both the quarterbacks were, I think, equated for 700 yards passing. Now we're equating for barely over 300. But James Cook, star of this game next to Travion Henderson, 22 carries, 107 yards, 2 touchdowns. Travion, 14 carries, 148 yards, and 2 touchdowns with a long of 65, mind you. And on that run, I do just want to say this. Even if you don't like the Patriots, watch that run with Travion Henderson and watch Drake May, dude.
That was cool.
He's running, sprinting, and gets in front of somebody, and it wasn't the best block, but he slowed that guy down.
All you got to do is get in front of him.
It's
awesome,
like,
you know.
I watched that, and I was like, wait, who's that running? And I was like, oh, man, that's Drake May.
Yeah.
That's what you want, man.
NFL Countdown did a long piece on him before the game started that morning, and it's crazy how much athleticism that kid comes from, where his brother, Luke May, won a national championship with North Carolina. Not only that, hit the game-winning shot with North Carolina. I think that was like 5 or 6 years ago, maybe.
His older brother.
Yeah, his older brother. He's got another brother that plays. He walked on to some college, but they're all athletes.
Yeah.
I think another one's like maybe a soccer player or something like that. But he's the youngest. So we all know, like, the youngest, as you know.
You got it.
Picked on, they get bullied, and you got a lot to prove because they did this video like when he got drafted, and they were just giving him a hard time and stuff like that. So it's clear to see, like, even though this guy looks like he's 14, he's going out there and having the confidence of a 3-year vet at least. And I mean, he only had 155 yards, but in the beginning, like that rushing touchdown he had, like the play call, the decision making he's got. I put a lot of this on. The reason they lost is just Josh Allen. You really look at Mike Vrabel in the press conference, and it's just like so many times when we've seen other coaches just baffled on, like, we didn't know what to do, man. This guy's an alien out there. There's nothing you can do.
I mean, he's 6'5", 250. He's hard to bring down.
He's got a kid on the way.
He's got a kid on the way. That's going to make him better, I think.
He's motivated now.
He's
motivated.
Now he's a dad. He must dominate.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, that's what everybody's been saying. If he has a team around him, unfortunately, he's come up against Patrick Mahomes. And like me and Chad were talking before this, that is going to be the big knock on him, is if he gets there this year, nobody is ever going to let him live it down. Especially if he only gets one, let's say. Yeah. And the one you got was when Patrick Mahomes tore his ACL. That sucks.
Yeah.
That's like a tarnish on you.
Well, I was trying to remember when that year, when I'd have to check the years, but when Tom Brady tore his ACL, I believe that was the year that Peyton won it against the Saints, right?
Yeah. No, that was the year the Saints beat Peyton. It was because remember the Saints,
but he got there.
He got there.
Right. It was the Saints that beat it because
that was Katrina.
But Katrina, I think, was like 2006. So I'd have to. I'm interested in seeing who won it during the years that when Matt Castle led him.
Let's see here.
Yeah, because it's like, that quarterback, it's like, does he have that kind of on his, maybe it was Ben Roethlisberger. I know, well, he didn't, let's see, he got 2, right? He beat the Packers.
I thought he only got 1, man.
He got the first one.
It's 2008. So let's go see 2008 AFC champion. That'll get us there.
Yeah.
Well, AFC championship game 2008. That would be the Ravens and the Steelers.
So that was the year the Steelers went, I think, right? And the Steelers won that game.
Fuck, dude. Now I don't even. It's
It
crazy.
doesn't tell you?
I'm gonna see who just won the Super Bowl that year. 2008. All right. New York Giants versus the New. Oh, it's two. I forget. I typed in 2008, but it's the season after. Pittsburgh Steelers won against the Arizona Cardinals. That was the year Ben won.
Yep. Yeah. So Ben got through.
Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, and that probably I think that was the only time he did it, dude. I think Ben only won once.
Yeah, it could. No, well, he won that second year. I think it was his second because the first year he took him all the way. Who was that he beat that second year? Because he got Jerome Bettis. That was the year he got Jerome Bettis.
Yeah. I was trying to see. It's 2004.
Yeah. I can't remember who they beat.
Hold on. We'll just go down here real quick. We'll get there eventually. Oh, so that was, yeah, you're right. That was his second Super Bowl, I think.
Well, his second year.
Yeah.
And then that was his first Super Bowl.
No, 2005 was his first Super Bowl. 2008 was his second. And then he made it a third time.
But the third time was against Aaron Rodgers, and Aaron Rodgers beat him.
Mm-hmm.
But that first time, who did he beat?
Oh, who did he beat?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Let me see here. That's not where I wanted. That was... Oh, whoops. I went to the wrong one. I'm sorry. The first one, who did he beat? My bad. I went to the second one. So that one is going to be... Oh, that was the year... that was Tebow's year.
No, his first year. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that was 2005.
No, that was Tebow's first year?
Yeah, they beat the Seahawks that year. 21-10.
You say Tebow.
Yeah, because that was the... Oh, no, never mind.
I was going to say Tebow was
because
later.
that was that we beat them. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but that makes sense because that was the year Sean Alexander won the MVP.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was confused.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to read through all this shit too. There's so much fucking information. But yes, we got through that. It took a little bit, but it's
fun to get lost in the weeds like that. Sometimes I just that's why some of these numbers and stats get stuck in my head because I go down these wormholes and I just need to know.
Yeah, we got to find out, and we've got the interwebs at our finger, and
oh wow, yep,
yeah,
it's coming upon
it's
us.
Time. It happened quickly. I'm gonna get this over to him.
So we have Acme Army Eric. He is a Packers podcast host, and we've had him on before. Looking to have this guy on to recap, and are gonna give him some credit to come on and talk about that game.
Yes, it's unfortunate with what happened in that game. Unfortunately, we'll touch it. Well, I mean, we'll probably wrap it up here after we get off the phone with him. We'll touch on the major injuries that happened. But while we wait, I guess let's get into it real quick. We've got time. I don't know if he's going to hop on just yet. But major injuries, Patrick Mahomes, ACL, LCL. I don't know. What do you think on the hit? Was there issues with the hits?
Yeah, I told my mom that too. I was like, and I get a lot of people. Yeah, I didn't really see too much backlash on Twitter or anything like that. Or like that was a dirty hit. It just kind of seemed
like he got away and the guy was falling, and then he planted and
he planted, and that's how it happened. But honestly, I think it was already partially torn
because he's
been nursing that knee, and I just think that that could have happened. I mean, even if I'm not glad it happened, but I'm glad it happened in that game instead of, okay, we maybe win that. Like, let's say we go down, we force it to overtime and we win it. And then he goes and then plays in the Titans game and then he tears it then, it's like, at least he needed to get that knee addressed because I feel like he's such a tough competitor.
Yeah.
I don't think he was letting anybody know of how bad it was.
Yeah. And well, here's my thing. And I want to pose this question to you. Is it almost worse that it happened now that he can get back in time next year to possibly start and he'll probably be ready before week 1, just knowing the competitor he is. I'm sure he'll be back and doing a whole bunch of crazy stuff. And I don't knock. Oh,
there he is.
Eric has just joined us.
What's up, man?
Can you hear us, sir?
Gentlemen,
how's it going?
Can you hear me?
Yes,
we can hear you. We'll see you here shortly.
Sweet.
Oh, we do appreciate you coming on, man, despite the tough loss that happened on Sunday. Thank you. I was hoping for a different outcome, of course.
Yeah. Well, I mean, right now you're in the position you haven't been in quite a while.
Yeah. Yep. You know, maybe our franchises. I know you're definitely still got a lot of key pieces there, but that defense is going to be a lot different. But you know, as far as my position, I'm really glad that I'm not glad that Patrick got hurt. Obviously, and I was going to tell him, we were just talking about these injuries, like for the people out there, and I'm sure you've maybe seen this maybe from other rivals with Micah. The people out there, and there's a lot of sickos that cheer when these players get hurt, man. They need to find Jesus. Like they need something in their life to get them going, to get their life turned around, man. Like that is not the thing to cheer for.
It's weird.
It's
weird.
I mean,
it's like these people have never been, they've never put any kind of effort into something.
Yeah. I tore my ACL in high school, man, and I am a minute little particle compared to an NFL player and having the rehab that they have to go through. But all I know is that doing single leg squats after rehabbing an ACL and raising yourself up off that repaired ACL, I will never forget that excruciating pain ever for my life.
Plus, never knowing if you can trust it.
That's
the
too.
big thing.
Yep. I tried rushing back. I had the surgery in April, and I went and tried playing that next season, my junior year, and I sprayed my MCL in training camp, and it's just it's tough. Nobody. I don't. We were just talking about Patrick might come back for the start of the season. I hope he pushes it to maybe November or something. Let's have a bridge year. Let's get Jameis Winston in here. Sling it around.
I'm all for that. Get Jameis Winston in anywhere.
Get Rashee Rice 500 yards every game.
I want Jameis is somewhere starting this. That guy is too much fun to watch on any team. He has that old Brett. He might throw 5 interceptions in a game, but he also might throw, 4 of the best touchdowns that were just, dreams when he left his hand and changed games. So it's fun to watch him.
The fact that we don't have a 30 for 30 from ESPN on the 30 for 30 season is a crime right now.
30 for 30, 30 for 30.
Yes. Come on, make it happen, ESPN.
Yeah, you're really missing it here. Well, yeah, I mean, it was a terrible thing. It's a non-contact. There's nothing you can really say or do about it, but there is a rash of these things this year. The non-contact, ACLs, the Achilles are running rampant, but it is one of those things now where it's I feel like these guys have almost just gone past even what the human knee can withstand.
I think that's a lot of it.
They're just doing stuff that our knees weren't meant to do.
What's your take on Ryan Clark's comments today? Did you see that by chance? Hopefully you missed it.
Nah, I saw it. I read it for a second. It's just I'm getting exhausted. This is why I love podcasts. I think this is why so many people are turning to podcasts right now, just to have, a fan's perspective that doesn't have an agenda behind it, right? We're 3 honest fans from 3 different awesome teams. We have a lot to talk about, and we can find common ground in anything. And the best thing is when we have honest debates and they get a little heated. It's always in good fun, right? There's no agenda being pushed here, and it's always something where it just doesn't come out right. I don't know if it's the intention, because I know media wants to spin things in some way to make it so sensational so that people click on it and what's he really saying here? I just don't think these kind of comments just need to be dissected. I'm at that point.
About the comment he said about how Bo Nix was the reason he got hurt, but not because if anything he did other than just making him run
just
around.
Having a run around.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird how he worded it and stuff. I don't know, but
it is kind of weird. I guess I didn't take it as a super negative thing. I get what he was saying, but again, it was hard just when it's injury stuff.
Yeah.
It was a borderline, what are you fishing for here, Brian? I don't know. Right, if you know the history, of some. Anyway, regardless, let's get off that subject. Let's just talk about Bo Nix for a second, because when we were up, I was still. I'm sorry, am I stopping something? Are we recording?
No,
you guys recording?
We are recording. Yes, we're
okay.
Going.
All right. So Bo Nix blew me away when we were up. it's still, I felt like, man, this guy is so sharp right now. At one point when he was 15 to 18, 165 yards and a couple touchdowns, you're like, man, this guy is throwing in an offense that is just based on that, you know, whatever we want to say about Sean Payton, the guy knows how to make an offense just roll, you know, and the Broncos right now have an unbelievable set of receivers. They remind me of the Packers in a sense because, you know, Cortland Sutton's kind of the biggest name, I think, back there for me, just with his history. But you guys got a bunch of players that are really great that can make great plays. And Bo Nix, man, he's looking like he should have been the number 1, number 2 pick with Drake May versus you know, what we've seen from Caleb Williams so far.
Yeah. Well, and even Caleb Williams kind of turned it around this year. I think coaching helped a lot with that. And just like you said, I think a lot of this has to do with what Sean Payton's done. And Sean Payton's the one that said that, you know, he supposedly kind of tricked them into drafting. I'm sorry, I'm drawing a blank right now. He got Minnesota to move or just stay there and move up and get JJ McCarthy. And he said that was all kind of his ploy, and everybody was like, well, you're full of shit, man. Like, that's not clearly, like, what are you talking about? And then, you know, here we are, week 15, and he looks like a genius. And I as a fan, we're so far ahead of where I thought we would be this year, especially. Like, I mean, I was hoping let's get a playoff win. I didn't think we'd be possibly, you know, the AFC goes through Denver. So I'm pleasantly surprised. I was at the game on Sunday, and it was nice. I think it was kind of like his coming, like his welcome to the NFL game. And I still, being a Broncos fan, they've got a lot to prove. And, you know, they very well could get to the AFC Championship game and get beat, and I'd be totally fine with this season as far as I'm concerned, because they're still ahead of where we thought they'd be. But it was good to see what he was able to do on Sunday. And it is one of those things where the fourth quarter, man, it doesn't feel like we're out of the game, even if we're down 2 scores. Yep. And that's probably how you felt a lot of years with Patrick Mahomes. Like, it doesn't matter. Yeah. Not comparing the two.
11 comeback wins this year for you. That's crazy.
Yeah, and if it wasn't for the fact we're the most penalized team, we might be sitting, you know, with only 1 loss. If it wasn't for that stupid leverage penalty.
The thing I love about what the Broncos are doing, you look like the team I hope the Packers will transform into, which is just, you know, the loss of Micah is huge for us, right? There was a lot of, I mean, Packer Nation is a hot mess right now. But we had a good defense last year, and it only get better from the player standpoint. Micah made a whole lot of people around us a whole lot better. And so it gives us that opportunity to step up. But what the Broncos have on your defense, man, is a bunch of dogs, dude. They are fast. They fly around. And it reminds me of, like, you know, what the Packers were. Not a whole lot of, I mean, Benito is awesome. But you guys got a lot of, like, just great players in the positions. Yeah. And an offense that is efficient, and it's not, you know, based on huge superstars. It's a great running game. You know, you got a great complimentary game against us. It looked great. So I hope that's what we're getting to with our injuries subsiding and everything else from our offensive side, because I think that's where our biggest inconsistency is. It isn't even the way to say it. It's just we've been lost out there on both sides, players and play calling side. So it's been a rough one from that perspective.
Well, I guess that's one thing I did want to ask. I mean, Matt LaFleur right now is off to one of the best head starts in, you know, head coaching in terms of just the beginning.
Amazing.
Amazing. I think he's second behind George Seifert in terms of winning percentage. And what else does he need to do to get them back to that, do you think? Is it just the coordinators around him, or is it the players? Does he need players, or is it the coaching staff?
I think
both.
That's kind of I think it's a twofold question right there, because this is what Packer Nation always wants, the first round stars. We went crazy for Matthew Golden this year. Our biggest issue is we've always drafted offensive linemen in the 4th round. You know, 3rd round we've been, you know, rarely lucky, but 4th and on are the majority of our offensive linemen. We drafted Jordan Morgan a couple years ago. He hasn't played. He hasn't been real consistent. We got, you know, a rookie on the line right now in Anthony Belton, who's playing our right guard next to Zach Tom. So you know, they kind of canceled out some of the growth, you know, pains that we felt with Anthony Belton having an all-pro to his right. But our offensive line right now, losing Elton Jenkins as our center, moving Sean Ryan over there, who, a year ago, everybody in Packer Nation wanted Sean Ryan off the team, because he couldn't block. He didn't help us in the running game. He was inconsistent. Now he's our starting center. And in our offensive line is just it's the thing that is our biggest issue, right? If Jordan Love has time, he's a very, very efficient quarterback. People, I think, have put too many expectations on what they want him to be. Like the superstar Patrick Mahomes has set a bar right now, and I don't know if you guys tell me if you feel it, but like the bar is set so high that Caleb Williams has to be the next Patrick Mahomes. Aaron or Jordan Love,
We're losing the connection a little bit.
doesn't have the comebacks that Bo Nix has, or the guns mentalities. I mean, 23 touchdowns. Can you hear me?
Well, we're back. It got a little crazy there for a second.
Iffy there.
Okay, I think you're back. You're moving around again.
It's my big mouth rambling along.
But yeah,
right,
I mean,
good.
I think you are right, and damn it be to the Chiefs, but they have set the bar insanely high, and it is because of Patrick Mahomes, and everybody is looking for that next Patrick Mahomes. For a while it was the next Peyton Manning, the next Tom Brady, the next whoever, and now we are in the generation of the next Patrick Mahomes, and there isn't going to be, I don't think, another guy who can play like Patrick in terms of just having that killer mentality at the end of the game. But it has just set this precipice on everybody that it's extremely hard to attain, and I don't know if it's possible to strike gold like that.
You really have to be happy with what you have, and look at the silver lining in having a Jordan Love who has got 3 years on the bench. But his play calling this year, Matt LaFleur's play calling, has come under a microscope, because it's been real obvious when we're running on first down into the back of our tackles. Like it felt like your defense knew when we were going to run the ball. I mean, it felt obvious. And that's something that Matt LaFleur, I know he's a great coach. For him for Packer Nation to want him to be fired for all these things, it's crazy. It's crazy how reactive we are, right? He's a great coach, but we have a team that has always been shifting, and everybody in the NFL has to deal with that. But without having any real true stars, right, outside of Micah Parsons, who's not with us now, right? He's on the defensive side. Like Jordan Love is becoming the star player. He's paid like the star player, but has he like popped out like that? He's the leader of the team. He hasn't, to me. It's one of those things, though, that it's an offensive line that's weak. Receivers Christian Watts coming back and being injured again is a huge thing. But look at what happened to the team when Tucker Kraft got injured and Christian Watson comes back. We have to strategize a different way on the offense, which I think from that perspective, Matt LaFleur is doing a great job, right, of focusing on the different weapons that we have. But it's just a thing where we don't have enough time before the playoffs to mess around, and we have to start gelling right now on the new look that we have with the new offensive line that's going to be going against the Browns, and with Matthew Golden has to get some looks now. We're a big receiver down in a big game this weekend.
Yeah, and what is the update on Christian Watson? Because I missed what exactly happened to him. I know it was like a chest injury, and he possibly went to the hospital or something along those lines.
It looked like a shoulder injury, right? Everybody thought, oh boy, clavicle or separated shoulder, and then he comes back with a chest, and it's not going to be that big of a deal. His dad tweets out there on Twitter saying, trust me, it's not as big as you.
Because they said like ambulance and stuff. Like maybe it's just precautionary. Yeah. But I was like, oh man, and that was unfortunate. I mean, that play kind of changed the game, and that was the one time that Jordan kind of tested Pat Surtain, and he made him pay dearly on that one.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing, and I posted this out there because Patrick Surtain, great player, right? Nobody's knocking that. You're not telling me, Troy Aikman you can't sit on the PA and say that he's hanging out there with Christian Watson, because all we've seen since Christian Watson's been back is the deep ball being underthrown by Jordan Love. Jordan Love has underthrown more deep balls that have been completed to some of these receivers, but he underthrows the deep ball so often that when our receivers got to slow down it always comes. I mean, look at his touchdowns the last 4 games. His deep throws, I love that we're aggressive and we're taking long shots, but the longest play we still have is 59 yards. We're acting like we got 80-yard gains out there and we're throwing these huge bombs, but he underthrows these balls, which has cut down the ability for us to take it to the house every time. So,
yeah, there's a guy in town who actually, he's on the radio now. He coached Boise State and stuff, but he was one of the guys who really was looking at Jordan Love and kind of helped bring him into the program when he was at, because where did he go to college? I'm sorry. Jordan Love. Utah State. Yes. He was at Utah State. He brought him in and kind of like, was helping him move along throughout the program. And he was saying, Jordan Love had one of the most beautiful deep balls I've ever seen. And it is one of those things now where it's kind of strange that he's having an issue with it, especially not being able to hit guys and underthrowing them.
Yeah, but again, that goes back to the offensive line. Like, if
he doesn't have time.
He's doing the best he can, but give him, another half second to plant his feet. He's throwing off his back foot so much on deep throws because, again, it's our offensive line. So it's just, we got this combination of issues we got to just solve before we start talking crazy like we're going to, anything other than the Super Bowl.
No, that's definitely fair.
Well, it's just been, really unlucky too with I feel you with the injuries, when you have to overcome that. Luckily, the Broncos have been fairly healthy this year. And
yeah,
I'd say with Josh Jacobs being banged up, that didn't help anything on Sunday. Christian Watson going out really changed the game. Obviously, Micah. But when I really look at how your team changed so much, it was Tucker Kraft. I mean, he was putting up ungodly numbers beforehand, man. I'll never forget, what was that Thursday or a primetime game where he went off for 162 or something? It was outrageous. And
we're so lucky to have him. And that's the thing. So, when we were talking though about ACLs and you having torn your ACL and having to rehab that, what do you think about these guys coming? I mean, Christian Watson coming back in 9 months and 20 days isn't talked about enough. That's crazy for a guy who relies on his speed. I mean, to come back in 9 months now, that's, do you want Micah to come back then? Do you want Patrick to come back then? I mean, that seems bonkers.
Yeah. Well, and that's what I was kind of telling him. And it's mainly just because I feel like they need to save themselves from Patrick. Just be like, dude, just shut it down next year. Let us get a terrible, let's just see how it goes and get draft picks and just take it easy, man. Let's not risk it. But, and we were talking about it, knowing Patrick, he'll probably be ready by preseason. You know what I mean? Yeah. He'll probably go out there and take snaps in the third game for all we know. And then you've had guys like Adrian Peterson, who I think made it back in 6 months.
And won the MVP. And won the MVP last year. I mean, the science behind it is so nuts. And I mean, if you can get a cadaver's ACL, that really helps a lot, because what they do is they pull it from the Achilles, and that's a lot tougher. And so, I mean,
that makes sense.
Yeah,
splice it.
He did have surgery last night, and it was this surgeon, I can't remember his name, in Dallas, but he's considered the best ACL surgeon in the United States. He actually did Rashee Rice's last year, and Rashee Rice has been looking great. If he had started those first 6 games that he was suspended, I think he would be on a great pace. But that's just it. Is I think, and one thing I'm really interested about is, and how ironic it is that these two Texas boys, Micah Parsons and Patrick, both wore it on the same day. I wonder if they're going to spend a lot of time rehabbing together and use that to kind of motivate each other. They're both superstars,
Yeah.
We'll see when they come back, but yeah, it's especially the Tucker Kraft thing, man. It's just I'm a big fan of tight ends, and just what happened to him. He was carrying that team. I think the offensive game plan before that was get the ball to Tuck.
Get it to him and let him run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We didn't know what we had.
The only thing where we've seen, I think, anybody take longer than a year was probably a Denver Nugget here in town, Jamal Murray. He almost took 2 years to come back. And I don't know if it's just because basketball is a lot more, lateral movement, stopping on a dime more often. But, I mean, he didn't trust his knee forever, and that's the big thing with these guys is they don't have any trust in what they can do anymore, and that's got to be the scariest part about coming back that quick is just, I don't know what I can do.
Yeah. But you say you guys have the Browns next week, right? Is that right?
Bears.
Bears. That's
Bears.
yeah. And
Yeah.
I mean, that's what an important game that is. I mean, how crazy that like the Bears. I mean, you know, I can't. I'm sorry to like take this around and make it kind of like so homerish, but like I hate to see. It's so tough to see what the Bears are doing right now because Eric Bieniemy's their running back coach, who was doing so well for us, and you look at their running backs. I mean, they're each getting like 100 yards a game sometimes, man. It's they have total Ben Johnson has totally turned that team around. Yep.
You know what? I'm so happy that this has happened. I'm glad. You know, Bears fans for Packer fans we have the worst relationship. We're so there for a little while. It was a lot of fun. You know, Randy Moss there, that was a lot of fun being a Packer Viking fan. But the Bears, we don't like each other. And we love to see each other fail. But
yeah, it's kind of like us
Caleb Williams.
Fans
we know all about that. But he's got a point there because when you guys played the other night, I don't know if it was on. I don't think it was primetime, but like I remember hearing the commentator say that is the oldest match
rivalry. Yeah.
Yep, it dates back. I mean, like what early 1940s, I think.
It is.
Might be 30s.
I think it's before then. It's 30s. Yeah. It's one of those things that I'm glad that they're good again because that was our rivalry, man. We loved going against the Bears. That was my teenage young adult years. We just, from the '85 Bears on, it was just great to play them. They were just such a great rivalry. And at that point, Minnesota being in a dome just didn't fit the NFC North. Same with Detroit. Like we were just the two badasses in the NFC North. We loved it. But Caleb Williams is so hard to tackle. Number one. Number two, the kid can make some of the craziest throws. Like that touchdown he threw against. Well, not last. I didn't see the one last week, but against us.
Yeah, DJ Moore. But which one are you talking about against you?
Against Keyshawn Nixon with us, and he rolled out to the right, and he threw it. I mean, Keyshawn Nixon did everything a quarterback could do, stretched out. It was just a perfect throw. And you're like, okay, I get it. I get what they're saying, and I want to see him do well, for the rivalry, for the history, I guess.
Yeah.
But with Aaron Rodgers, we beat him so many times. It was getting ridiculous there. I mean, to be 10-2 against them, it was just.
I own the Bears. Yeah.
It was like you felt bad for him, but I don't know. I'm glad that they're good, getting better right now because Ben Johnson he's the real deal.
Dude, I respect that a lot because with the Chiefs, when they beat us earlier this year, I thought the same thing. I was like, finally, because you get complacent. If you just keep beating the same team, I mean, the Raiders are a little different. They're a good layup for everybody.
This is first world problems
right now.
But it's nice, because it's like fine. I mean, you look at the Chargers now too, and then your division's the same way. It's not just the Bears. I mean, you got the Lions, who they're sliding quite a bit right now, but they're going to be right back in the next year. I mean, iron sharpens iron. That's really the best motto. And I mean, Caleb, it's gonna be a tough game. It's in Green Bay, right?
Nope.
We're lost you.
He's back. No, it's in Chicago. Actually.
No, this one's in Chicago.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, and I mean, right now, if it wasn't for that tie, you guys could be sitting.
Yeah, we had him at Lamb.
Oh,
he's frozen.
He froze.
Yeah. I mean, we would be, right now, I'm telling you, this is that internet in the mountain.
Oh,
you
guys
need some of that Starlink? You guys need some of that Starlink? Or what do you need out there in the mountain?
Connection sometimes it's a little weak up here in this bedroom.
But, that's going to be a huge game. And like you were just saying, that one tie could be a huge thing coming down the finish line here.
Yeah.
Yeah. You never expect it, but hey, silver lining and everything. So.
Yeah. I did see a funny post that the Cowboys, now that they're 6-7-1 because of that, they're like they can't even 6-7, right?
Yeah, 6-7, like the kid.
Oh yeah.
Oh man. Well, we don't want to keep you too long, and we are having a little bit of connection issues. But
Yes.
before you get out of here, what do you think the season is going to end up like here as we're coming down the last stretch here?
I'm glad that there's some new players out there right now that are in the conversation. You know, the Chargers are a fun team.
Yep.
Having Denver be as good as they are right now is a lot of fun. I love to see that kind of change. I would love to see the Packers in that mix. I don't know what's happening right now. I just don't know if we're gelling it as well as, you know, what I said before, where we need to be to make some kind of great run like we had in, 2010. It's one of those things that football is getting better every year. Everybody likes to complain about it. I love it. I love the changes. I love the competition, and I love the roller coaster that it is.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, last week I went from being great in 2 of my fantasy leagues to absolutely getting my ass whooped in the first round.
I don't want to talk
where
about
I was like,
fantasy this year.
yeah, I might be getting a little, transfer in my Venmo, I mean, but that did not happen in our team. The injuries that happen. You want to say, man, season's over, and a lot of people were saying season's over for us, but I don't know, man. This is the fun part about football, I mean, is there a great team out there right now? I mean, Denver's got to come back right now. They're the closest thing, I think, right now. In the AFC, the Bills are pretty good. New England's pretty good. Denver's pretty good. The NFC is pretty weak.
The Jacksonville.
I'm worried about that game next week. Yeah, that's no easy game.
Trevor Lawrence.
Where did they come from?
Yep.
Yeah.
Duval.
Without Travis Hunter. So, I mean, yeah, it's fun to see football change and teams come up like this right now. I think for us, I'm tired of being the youngest team in the NFL every year, and I think we wore that as a badge of honor for a while, being the young team that's good and we're upcoming, and I'm tired of being upcoming. I'm ready to be, the ones to deal with, one of the top 3 in the conference every year. And make wise offseason decisions. And, we're investing big money in defense and offense. We just got to put it together right now. So, that's what I'm ready for.
I don't knock you. Well, I mean, considering you're in the NFC, I hope you guys make it all the way to the Super Bowl because it doesn't affect me until then.
Super Bowl 32 rematch.
Yeah. Ooh,
yeah. That would be great. Yeah, we need to run that one back for sure.
Some revenge, man.
Man,
They put oil on their jerseys or something.
Oh gosh. I mean, Brett Favre was he was the guy in my teenage years, man. That was the best time to watch football because you didn't know if you were going to win or lose for years. We were just so up and down, but we were fun to watch. It was fun to watch. And then when we hit the Super Bowl and then we went to the second one, we're like, oh my God, we're going to go against John Elway right now. And like, this is going to be the stuff legends are made of. And then to lose that game, the way we lost it, let's run it back. Oh,
yeah, hey, I'll take it.
Yeah, that would be a good one.
Well, Eric, man.
Well, guys,
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say the same to you, man. I'm sorry, I'm not the host, but I thank you guys very much for having me on. I love talking the Packers. I love talking with you guys because I love that you guys are opposing, fan bases. You bring on another opposing fan base. We have a great conversation, and I wish you guys the best of luck in the podcast and football.
Yeah, no, thank you, man. We greatly appreciate it, and we thank anybody who gives us any part of their time, especially free time, as most of us aren't getting paid to do this. So
that's huge, man. Yeah. It's always a pleasure talking
for the love,
to you,
baby,
man.
for the love.
Yeah, definitely. Always. No, anytime we have you on, it's a blast. So we greatly appreciate it. I hope you have some happy holidays, and
you as well.
We will.
Merry Christmas.
Maybe if you guys make it into the playoffs and go deep, we'll have you on again.
Let's do it.
All right, Eric, man. Have a great night. We'll talk to you soon later.
Appreciate you guys.
Yep.
Have a good night.
Have a good one, man. Happy New Year.
Later.
Well, that was a good one. Awesome. Yeah, every time we have him on, he's just a super good dude.
I love these unbiased fans that are like, oh, I'm glad the Bears are doing well. Like a lot of people thought I was kind of being, facetious when I was saying that, I'm glad the Broncos are doing well. It's like, no, man. Like
it's because you backhanded it by basically saying like, oh, yeah, now the Chiefs aren't doing good.
What do you mean?
Well, there was it's about time we're not the best. You know what I mean? So it's almost like backhanded.
No,
but I get it.
Yeah,
when you've won 9, you've got the shirt on, 9 AFC championships. Well, AFC West.
It's only going to motivate him more.
There you go.
And that's what I was thinking too when you mentioned like Josh Allen winning it this year. Like, yeah, that would be tough. But dude, could you I could not imagine how much that would motivate Patrick to be like, all right, now it's
Oh,
my
he
turn.
would be so pissed.
That's just like Peyton.
He'd
and
probably
Tom
just
Brady.
watch that on repeat while he's doing his one
rehab,
leg
dude.
lunges.
Seriously. And so that's what I'm saying. I'm glad it's not backhanded or anything like that. Like the only team that I don't want to do better is the Raiders. I never want. Even the Chargers, it sucks.
I know
it's
he was
make us
talking
better.
about that, and I was like, there are people that say when the Raiders are better, the NFL's better, and I'm like, no.
Who are those people? Criminal.
Back when they were good, back when they had something, but it's been like 30
Those
years.
are people
so.
in San Quentin saying that, man. Come on now.
I'm stuck in Folsom Prison, watching the Raiders die.
So we basically did cover the injuries.
Yeah, Mahomes,
we covered the
Parsons,
Devontae one.
Devontae hamstring. Broncos did put a safety on IR with the pec.
Which one?
Brandon Jones, and then RJ Harvey might have a rib thing.
I did see where he was questionable.
That could be big.
Yep, yeah, that is huge because you already lost Dobbins.
Yeah.
But this is a crazy stat right here.
Yes.
For one, this is the first time we won't have a Brady or Mahomes in the AFC Championship since 2010. 15 years, man.
Yeah.
As much as I hate to say it, and if I'll be a homer, bleed red and yellow forever, I want to see him in it. But as an objective football fan, it is going to be nice to see it.
Ew.
I just hope it's not the Bills and Broncos, like anybody else. But
I
that's
get
probably going to be one of
It's
them.
like I told you, I respect that. It's your prerogative, and I'm glad that you were able to have that prerogative.
But even going back further than that, this is the first time since 1998 that the playoffs won't have Mahomes, Brady, or Manning.
It's wild,
years,
man.
27
It's crazy
years.
that it's just three dudes.
Three dudes, man.
Yeah.
I mean, even just the fact that like Brady and Mahomes since 2010, it's just like he was in the AFC Championship. And that's what like it's crazy about the whole coincidence, and it's not really that much.
I didn't
of a
even
coincidence.
realize that. And that is kind of crazy. Though.
Well,
it's weird.
But what makes it even weirder that it was Bernard Pollard of the Chiefs that did injure Tom Brady in game one. I was watching that game in my living room, and I'll never forget it, man. I was like, oh, wow. And that's what changed the whole rule of going low.
Yeah.
But,
Damn it.
yeah, it's crazy. And so, I mean, Mahomes did it, in week 15, not week 1. But the thing of it is you look like, I think it was like Brady didn't get to his 5th Super. He was like
9 years.
Yeah, he went 9 years between getting another ring. So it's like, maybe there's a whole new second chapter to Mahomes that like really can turn around, because here's the thing, man. I can go on for this about forever, but like I have hated the way he's been playing football. I think they really need to get, and we'll get into this next week when we have one of our most frequent guests on, Farzine on. But
Vasuki.
If you've ever seen on Madden the RPO slant, it's just like RPO slant.
Yeah.
That's what we run constantly. And what he was talking about, I almost wanted to bring up how like they knew when the Packers are going to run the ball.
Yeah.
That Chris Jones said that. He said the Broncos knew what we were running 4 days
that.
ago. And it's like you got to give a lot of credit to Vance Joseph there, and
he's going to be a head coach next year.
He's been calling some great. They know what's going to happen, man, and that's just it. Is like our offense has been so stale, and it's just so foreign because everybody's known Andy Reid to be the pioneer of the new offenses, but I don't know why it's been like this. And even this last game, there was a play where Mahomes could have maybe dodged a guy and then ran in for a touchdown, but instead he just keeps scrambling to the right and go to the sideline and then just throws it away or gets sacked. Or throws an interception, like what happened.
Yeah.
And so I think this knee's been bothering him to where I'm glad we didn't make it to the playoffs because we just would have gotten embarrassed. So
I mean, maybe. You never know. But, I mean, who knows what would have happened. We can't say we know, but it was looking like that.
I think I could confidently say 90%
It was
chance,
trending
dude.
that way.
I mean, dude, here's the other. I'm glad I remembered. He's played 21 playoff games. He's played 6. So, like, they showed the Cardinals, the Jets, and I think there's another
he's
team
got more
that
than them
haven't
all
played
combined.
any playoff games.
Yeah.
Any playoff games since he's come into the league. He's played 16 more games than a full season, man.
Well, that's what I'm saying, too. It's like they've been you're in
They're tired.
Yeah, you're beat down.
Yeah,
A regular season is tough to... What?
They just need to reset, retool.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's just like a regular season is just, brutal on these dudes. And then to go and be playing, into February every year almost, it's going to wear everybody down. And it's clear, Travis may be done. This could be it. I don't know, especially,
And it's crazy. He had a pretty good game on Sunday too.
He did, yeah.
It's pretty nice.
He's just it's not the same.
No, man.
He's not the same.
No. And I think a lot of it's just the offense, dude. Nobody's getting open. I mean, Rashee Rice is getting in a car wreck, pun intended, every week because
dude, he's coming across the middle, just getting lit.
They know the routes. Tony Jefferson did it twice, and they know the routes that's going to happen, and so they're just anticipating it. And so, like, if Nagy, Farzine posted this really good kind of graph.
Oh, I saw that,
showing the numbers with EB as opposed with Matt Nagy, and it's like, dude,
these are like the 3 worst years of Mahomes' career.
Dude, why? And there's always the argument. It's like, is Andy Reid calling it and everything like that? But it's like, well, when EB was calling it, man, and he was getting on guys, he was holding them responsible. We had a better run game then too. It's like, we need to get rid of Nagy. Honestly, here's my suggestion. I'm going to say it right now because Andy is a guy that just keeps things in house. He only picks from his own tree. Let's get Mike Kafka because, yep. I don't think he's going to get that head coach of the Giants. I think he'd be great.
Yeah, and as an interim guy, he's getting a little bit of experience.
Yep. Did you hear how he fired that assistant coach that didn't like how he changed up the seating on the planes?
No, I didn't.
Yeah. So he changed it to where the assistant coaches will sit in the back, I guess. And I don't really know what's the difference. I'd rather sit in the back anyway because if the plane crashes,
you might live.
You might live
unless you go down like
everybody's like, no, I need to get A1 and stuff. I'm like, fuck that, dude. But one of the assistant coaches, who I guess was a big Brian Dable guy, didn't like it and really threw a fit about it. He fucking banned his ass.
Yeah. Hey, new regime.
That's right.
He's gonna try. I don't think he's gonna get it though. It's just too much shit going on there.
I saw that the Giants inquired Brian Clark, dude.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
The talking head.
Why not?
Yeah. He wears crazy suits.
We saw what happened the last time they brought in a talking head to coach, and that went real well for the Colts.
Yes. Real well, man.
Let's move to the next one real quick. Tua might be getting benched after his terrible performance last night. Even Mike McDaniel said our quarterback play was not good enough. Yep. And do we see the first start of Mr. Zach out there?
They got Quinn Ewers too. Quinn Ewers had a really good throw.
That is true.
They should put him in, man.
Yeah.
But Tua, he threw this pass last night that was so god awful. I mean, it was so easy for it to get picked. And who picked it off? It was just got signed. Asante Samuel.
Oh, yeah.
And you know what's crazy, too? I didn't even realize this. Marquez Valdez-Scantling is back with Rodgers. Caught a touchdown last night.
Well, don't speak too soon because the Jets just released...
Did they release Randall Cobb?
No, not Randall Cobb.
Alan Lazard.
Yes, Alan Lazard.
Jesus.
So, he could come back. He could get his whole crew back. The boys are back in town. The boys
play some Thin Lizzy.
The boys are back. Yeah, so that's hilarious. Yeah. I think it'd be great to see what might happen with Zach Wilson out there. I think maybe a year under Mr. Sean Payton did him well. My little quarterback resurgence.
It could be, man, and that's just it. Is like I don't know how you feel, but I really don't think Mike McDaniel deserves to get fired because you see I think their defense hasn't been bad. They had won 4 games going up.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's the offense. It's literally Tua at this point.
That's just it. If you look at the run plays, they're schemed up well. The run game. Yeah. I mean, Devon Achane is like 3rd in rushing this year.
Yeah, it's just Tua cannot throw the ball.
Tua is horrible, and they've been
He's
trying
like
to limit
left-handed Tebow right now.
Yes, I mean they've tried to keep him under 20 attempts every game, but when you go in like almost sub-freezing temperatures like that, you're gonna have. You can't run the ball every time, and God, he just looks so bad.
Yeah, it's unfortunate for the Dolphins there because if they were to cut him, the cap hit next year would be over $100 million.
No, they're going to cut him.
Yeah.
It's definitely happened.
Let's move on to the 5th one real quick. Story. We've got Daniels. Jaden Daniels has been shut down for the year. We will see Marcus Mariota starting for the Commanders the rest of the year as long as he stays healthy. But that is going to wrap it up for the NFL. Let's get into our daily dogs.
Let's hit it.
Daily dogs out.
All right, I'll start it off because we just mentioned him a second ago. But when I saw that this guy had this type of stat line, I thought it warranted the daily dog. Mr. Trevor Lawrence is the only player in NFL history with 5+ pass TDs, 1 rush TD, and 50+ rush yards in a single game. I'm surprised Josh Allen has never done this before. That's kind of really shocking.
It really, honestly, that you say that, I thought you were just being facetious again, but that is a stat line he should have. Like, no lie.
He's got a bunch of like 3 passing, 3 rushing.
Yeah,
but
which are also wild stat
Trevor
lines.
Lawrence over the last month has been using his legs a lot more, and I mean that's how he beat the Chiefs, and it's been dangerous. I mean that team is playing really good. I'm really shocked by it. Him and Lee and Cohen are starting to get along better. And Josh Hines Allen, I think, has had a sack in his last 3 or 4 games, and it'll be a tough test for the Broncos next week.
Yeah, I'm going to that game as well, and that is going to be a little bit of a nail biter, if you will, because I am worried. The only thing we've got going for us is they're here, and it's against our defense at home. So that's, other than that, it could be a toss-up.
Yeah,
we shall see. I mean, we weren't favored in this Packers game. I think they were favored 2.5 at kickoff. I'd be surprised if we're not. Well, maybe they've changed.
Definitely be
I hope they do. I hope we're favored. But that is Chad's daily dog.
Daily dogs out.
Oh yes, I'm gonna go ahead and go homer on this one. I'm gonna pick Bo Nix.
I don't blame you.
Yeah, it's much like Eric was talking about. This was kind of his coming out party. If I'm coming out, I want the world to know. Bo Nix looked really good, and it looked like if he played like that consistently, this team would be incredibly hard to beat. The question is going to be, can he consistently play like he did? 23 of 34 attempts, 302 yards, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions. And he's using his legs, which I wish that Sean would let him use them a little bit more, because I think it would make him that much more dynamic and more of a threat too. But we'll take it with him kind of dissecting the Packers defense, which heading into that game were top 5 in most statistical categories in terms of defense. And to go out there and kind of light them up the way he did, it was a pleasure to see. I think he had maybe 4 passes that I was like, whoa, that was, I don't know what you were doing there. But to only have 4 of those and none of them get intercepted is one hell of a game for him.
Yep.
That is why Bo Nix is my daily dog.
Daily dogs out.
Which can't go wrong. Best record in 10 years. So,
and
yeah.
Bo kind of is a dog name too.
Yeah, Bo.
Yep.
Bo
I've heard
Nix.
that before.
Yeah, Bo. I had a dog named Bo.
Oh, see, there you go. Wow.
Mr. Bojangles. He was a little Jack Russell Terrier.
That's cool.
He was an asshole. One of the biggest assholes.
Those
I think
terriers,
ever.
they are hard dogs.
He was a real dick.
Yeah.
Let's get into a little bit of college here.
Yep.
Let's do some
starting
college stuff. Who let the colleges out? 1 second here. I'm missing the. Well, I'm just gonna say it. Needle dick. Needle dick.
There we go. I think you were looking for it a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, I need to. That's one I need to put that on there. I'll have all this stuff. I've got it. I'm figuring some stuff.
No worries. Well,
but yes.
Over the weekend, we had the Heisman crowning, and Mr. Fernando Mendoza from Indiana won it. QB.
Yes, he wins the Heisman Mendoza, as I was cheekily calling it. The Heisman Mendoza goes to him. Seems like a great dude.
Yep.
He didn't, Diego Pavia didn't necessarily take the best route, telling all of the voters to fuck off. But
he walked it back too. He was like, "I'm sorry."
Yeah, he's like, "I'm just a competitor." I'm like, "Well, yeah, but maybe stay."
Probably not the right thing to say.
Don't put that out into the world.
No.
But yeah, Mendoza, dude, seems like a legit, just good dude.
Yeah.
His
plays
mom's
with his brother too.
Yeah, and his mom's going through MS, and she's in a wheelchair. And
I didn't know that.
Did you watch his acceptance speech?
No, I didn't.
Oh, it was pretty cool. Like, he called out his mom and said that she gave him the playbook that he'll use through life.
That's cool.
And then he spoke to his grandparents and then spoke to them in Spanish, which was cool. I don't think they speak English. So that was pretty cool. It was all around, I think. I mean, the Heisman at this point, you've got this stat up here now, and it kind of makes the Heisman just seem a little bit less I don't know. It kind of takes away the allure, if you will.
I don't really see that. I didn't really think about that. That's not why I really put this up there. I think it almost propels players to kind of find the right fit more so because
I guess I could see that.
Transfers have won the Heisman 4 years in a row now, and it's just college football's totally changed. And transfers, this is the way it goes. I mean, every team has transfers from all over the place, and it dates back to 2022 with Caleb Williams transferring from Oklahoma to USC, Jaden Daniels from Arizona State to LSU, and Travis Hunter from Jackson State to Colorado, and then Fernando Mendoza from Cal to IU. And the way I look at it is like it doesn't take away from the Heisman, because I think it finds that fit where you look at these players like Myles Garrett. Think of like Myles Garrett, and he didn't have all that guaranteed money. When he wins Defensive Player of the Year, can just be like, all right, I'm going to transfer to the Seattle Seahawks, where I can make more of a difference. Yeah. And then he goes on to have a great year. And then, that's kind of the way I see it, because Jaden Daniels on Arizona State, he wasn't getting any shine there.
No, yeah, you're right. I mean, it's the changing of the tide, and it's just hard because like for so long, like these guys that would win the Heisman were like 3-4 year quarterbacks for the school they were at, and now everybody's just hired mercenaries. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's still a great thing. I mean, at this point, I do think we just need to call it the best college quarterback, because it's
for sure.
It's like one every 10 years, somebody other than a quarterback
except
wins.
for Travis Hunter.
We got him, but it took him playing two sides of the ball.
Just I think it was 3 or 4 years ago, Devontae Smith won it too.
Yeah.
Wide receiver.
It is happening more frequently now, but it's, I don't know. It is weird. I do think that there is going to come a time here when there's going to be like, instead of you getting a scholarship, you'll sign like a 3 to 4 year deal with a school.
Yeah,
I think that's what's going to happen, because this transfer stuff is just insane. It's crazy.
It is pretty crazy, man. I mean, I hated it with Hunter Dickinson on KU. Because, I mean, he was being paid. I mean, honestly, right now there's a lot of KU fans that are really upset with Darren Peterson, where he's getting paid probably $20 million a year, and because of a hamstring, he keeps sitting out. And they're like, dude, you're wasting all this money that these alumni are paying to you and boosters. But it's like, it's tough, because Bill Self has really fought for him, because he's like, he's hurt. He's not faking it, you know?
So, well, and then that's just putting more on it. But that's the thing, too. It's like, well, these are kids. Like, nah, not anymore, man. They're professional athletes now.
They're getting paid. They're professional athletes.
They're professional athletes. So it's hard to feel sorry for them. But then, like, we're not going to have I'm a man, I'm 40 anymore, because that was all about, like, you were talking about the kids. They're kids. Like, that argument's kind of gone now, because it's just like, well, you're just getting paid millions of dollars. So you're an employee now.
Yeah.
So I'm waiting to see if that's going to happen, because I saw Jeremy Bloom talking about that. He was the...
Oh, I know. I worked for his internship.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah.
He's talking about that, because he was really like the first guy to get screwed over getting paid. Because he was an Olympic athlete, and in order to even just train and compete, he needed shitloads of money to go snowboarding or to go skiing all the time. To go skiing all the time. And he's like, I have to take this money in order to compete. And they ended up, kind of screwing his college career, took away a year of eligibility. And he's kind of at the forefront of that now. And that's what he's talking about. Is like, it's going to go to more of like a 3 to 4 year deal type of thing.
And I think they do need some type of salary cap, because you look at like the you're going to have these
SMU
SEC teams, I mean, it's like you're going to have a conglomerate of like a handful of teams that are going to dominate. And I'd much rather see parity, because I've enjoyed the college football product this year far more than the NFL, because of the way the game's officiated and the spirit behind it and the history. I mean, I was telling Hannah while we were watching that game at B-Dubs, it's like, remember how I told you, like, some of these schools like Alabama and Georgia, like, they've been playing since like the 1920s or late 1800s. I was like, this game right here dates back so long. Army Navy is America's game. It's crazy.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing though, is it's that way for the fans, but these players don't give a shit. You know what I mean? Army Navy's different, obviously.
Right.
But I'm just saying, like, Michigan and Ohio State, those guys weren't there last year when they lost half the time. You know what I mean? So it kind of like takes away from that rivalry aspect for the players. Obviously, for the fans, it's always going to be there, but it's strange. We're in a weird spot with the college football right now, but it is a lot funner to watch this year.
And especially with the playoff, which starts Friday. We got Alabama taking on Oklahoma at 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, and then Saturday, this is all on ESPN. And we got Miami taking on Texas A&M. I'm kind of rooting for Texas A&M. I like their quarterback a lot. He's really cool. And then Tulane versus Ole Miss at 1:30 on Saturday. And then 5:30, James Madison, not the president, taking on Oregon.
James Madison University. Yep. Yeah, that'll be a blowout. Although, watch them cover. Maybe bet on them to cover. I don't know.
They're 12-1. Only one loss.
That's the thing. They're good, but who are they playing?
That's right.
Yes, that's going to do it for the NCAA. I was going to talk about Sharon Moore. Go look into it. It's insane. Dude held some chick hostage and then threatened to kill himself with a knife in her apartment.
Pretty nuts, man.
Insane. The Michigan athletic department has like multiple investigations into itself.
Not only there's a third party. I believe it's like the FBI or something like larger, whatever is looking into their athletic department, because not only do they have this going on, and that's what's funny, is like if you can go to somebody and be like, did you hear about the Michigan controversy? It's like, which one?
Yeah, I know.
Because
are you talking about Jim? Are you talking about Are we talking about sign stealing?
Are
we talking about?
And that's why
also
they're looking
Jim
into the athletic department, because they've just had so much controversy and drama over the last like 4 years that the athletic department's kind of just like swept all this under the rug. And because that's just it, is like this whole relationship Sharon Moore had with this girl, it didn't even start this year. She got a pay raise at the beginning of this year by like 500%.
Oh, she was working
overtime. And told to keep her mouth shut.
Or open.
Yeah, that's true. It is crazy, though. He threw his life away.
Yeah, he really did. Dude had it all. And now one of the top coaching spots is open.
Yeah.
And he doesn't get any money. That's the thing. He's just fired. It's not like
it's
not like
13,
Kelly. Yeah,
he was getting paid $13 million.
Or he's gonna get $54 million for like the next 10 years.
I proposed this kind of crazy thing. I was like, what if the Ravens, if they kind of keep failing like this, and there is talk around Baltimore if John goes there, dude.
You want to know who I think? The other John
Fox.
Knock on wood if you're with me.
Oh, John Gruden. No, dude, he's going to the NFL. Bring him to the NFL.
I don't know if they're gonna let him back. Especially with this shit going on, there's no way they can let him be an active coach while he's suing him. Like, that's wild.
Yeah, that would be
I think that's going to have to get... So he's probably going to go
they'll probably
Michigan for 2 years,
No, I bet they'll settle out of court, and then they'll because that's an argument point. It's like, why don't you let me back in?
Yeah.
You're blackballing me?
Well, it's like you're suing us. It's hard to have a working relationship when we're in litigation.
True. Yeah.
But let's move on to the NBA. We got a couple stories to cover there as we are deep in the throes of the NBA Cup.
We're at the end of it.
Right side to Scott. Slam dunk.
That's correct.
4 seconds. 3 seconds
Let's talk
left.
about
Beating
how we got
Jumper
there
Murray.
first. That's it. And that is going to be...
The Spurs jumped out to an early lead.
Oh, the game's happening right now. That's correct. Yes, and how we got here. The Spurs silence the Thunder.
Come on.
And Wemby had a lot to say about it.
Yes, he did.
He actually took a shot at Jokic, which I didn't see until today. Now I'm not as happy about what I said.
What did he say? I didn't see that.
He said Jokic is the best offensive player in the league, but he's not the best player. That's between Shea and Giannis.
Oh my god!
So after he said that, I was like, "Well, I don't."
Yeah. Look at his defensive rating.
Yeah.
He's got one of the best defensive ratings in the league.
I know. And then
you know why he said that?
Because he gets stomped on by him every time they play.
No, there's other reasons. It's just these guys they pick sides.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Wemby did call out the Thunder in a really ethical way, I thought, and that's the word he used. He said they play ethical basketball.
Yeah, just basically saying I'm just glad I play for an organization who does things right, and then basically kind of, taking a big shot at the Thunder organization, which we all know. Shea takes egregious advantage of the rules, and it's hard to watch, especially when they are playing in prime time or against your team.
Anybody. You know, we recently had a new follow, and I started retweeting this guy a lot because he has been trolling. Yeah, that's probably a bad way to put it, but
we can troll.
In Hero of the Day on Twitter, and he's got a blue check mark, so he's official, but he basically shows highlights of every one of these flops by the Thunder and all of what they get away with on defense and stuff like that. And I started retweeting a lot, and he gave us a follow, and it's not, and I've been reposting them with, like, not just like retweeting or whatever, but like quoting them.
That's quote tweeting. Yeah.
To try to actually kind of piggyback off him, because it's just getting, and what he brings up in each one of these posts is just how nobody's watching the NBA. I'm dying to know the numbers because nobody's watching this. A lot of people that I work with and other friends of mine,
they're down. I mean, if it wasn't for the Nuggets, I wouldn't give a shit.
Yeah, that's the only time I watch games, and I used to watch them just every now. I'd throw a little parlay together and stuff like that, but like, I have no interest in watching this, man.
It is rough. Product. I mean, they don't know how to call fouls. It's almost like the NFL and the referees not knowing what a catch or what pass interference is anymore, and not knowing how to call it. It's about that bad now in the NBA, but even worse because it's affected so much on every like every time they go down the court, we've got these referees blowing whistles when guys aren't even getting touched and just making faces.
Yeah.
And it is very hard to watch. Meanwhile, we look at Jokic, dude gets mugged and takes 4 free throws.
He's fighting mountain lions out there. Udoka was losing his mind last night.
He went off. I didn't see his comments.
I loved when he got attacked. But here's the worst part is when you got guys like LeBron, it doesn't matter what your name should be. You should not be able to push the referee and get away with it.
Oh, I didn't miss that. Oh, was that with
was the other day with
Dillon
Brooks?
Yeah.
He pushed the ref. Nothing. No tech. Didn't the NBA rule? There was another good Twitter account that posted how here's the NBA rule: if you even put hands on a ref, you're rejected, you are fined, and you are suspended 1 game. Nothing.
Yeah.
We all know why.
That's LeBron.
That's exactly why nobody's watching it. It's certain people getting certain privileges.
Yeah. Well, and then Wemby, he had that controversial list. But then if you want to just take a look at Nikola Jokic's career stats versus Wembanyama, 36.8 points per game, 11.3 rebounds, 8.5 assists on 55.5% shooting.
Yeah, where's the defense?
Yeah.
So
exactly. Where's your defense, Wemby?
And
Wemby genetic freak
is playing tonight. So they did knock out the Spurs to hand in their second loss the other day, and the NBA Cup final, which nobody gives a fuck about, is tonight. Spurs and Knicks. They're basically kind of doing this to try to, catch the tail of like what soccer does, and they know soccer is such a global sport, but.
Yeah, I mean, that's what they modeled it after. We all know that it was just because they refused to start the season at Christmas when they should to get past most of the NFL.
Yep.
And they would rather just create some stupid in-season tournament in the very beginning of the year, which makes no sense.
Yep.
I did say Chuck came out today and said it's just an embarrassment.
I love that he said that.
He's like, it's a joke, and it really is. Nobody
cares, man.
And then these poor teams, aside from the only people who care are the guys on the bottom of the roster who are going to get $1 million bonus. Yep. Everybody else is like, I could give 2 shits, man.
Even the second place team, I think everybody gets $200,000.
Yeah, they get money as well. So there's incentive for those guys. But other than that, you're playing 83 games now for basically no reason.
Yeah, and the Knicks, I'm really hoping that they lose because they've got a lot of players on their team. OG Anunoby, Karl Anthony Towns, and Jalen Brunson that make millions of dollars, while the Spurs have basically Wemby, De'Aaron Fox, and Stephon Castle. And I mean, they got a bunch of guys that's probably making less than $1 million. So I'd kind of like to see them win this, even though they are in the West. But it's just it
doesn't really affect the standings because it doesn't matter.
That's true.
Win or lose.
Yeah. Speaking of that, let's go ahead and move to the standings if you're ready.
Oh, I did want to just mention Cooper Flagg.
Oh, yeah, good call.
He was the youngest player to score 40 points in an NBA game,
surpassing Mr.
LeBron.
Baby.
Yeah, Mr. LeBron James. So pretty. I mean, for the start he's had, he is starting to come on now.
Yeah,
because everybody was like, "Oh my God, this guy's gonna be a bust." Yeah. Look at what they did trading away Luka, and then they go and get the lottery pick, and then this kid's a bust. But it is looking like he may be the real deal here, as he is starting to score pretty regularly and finding ways to do it at all costs more often than not. He's hitting some pretty wild shots. He puts up 42 points, topping the previous mark of 37 set by Mr. LeBron James. And he did so. I'm sorry. That LeBron James on December 13th, 2003, in a 141-33 loss to the Jazz. So Flagg has. We got 6 days until he turns 19 on Sunday, and he also registered 7 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 blocks, and a steal in that game. So he is, I mean, we'll see what happens. He's still really young. I think that was his big issue coming in, is you're like, oh man, I'm playing against a bunch of grown-ups now. And it definitely took a little bit of a toll on him, but he seems to be finding his footing. So good on Cooper Flagg, setting NBA history. But now, yes, let's get into the standings.
All right, I'll take the East, where the Detroit Pistons are still ruling the number 1 spot at 21-5.
Craziest turnaround.
Yep. 18-7 for the New York Knicks, and then Toronto Raptors have climbed up to the 3rd spot at 16-11, and then it's just a bunch of mashed up teams with the same kind of record. The Celtics at 15-11, the Magic at 15-11, the Sixers at 14-11. So, it's
a little bit of a logjam there.
Yeah, basically it's like who's gonna come out and win that. I mean, other than the Pistons at the top, like, wow, it's a lot of parity there in that conference.
Yeah, and we'll see how that continues. The East seems to have more parity in terms of overall.
The mid-level.
They're kind of mid-level. We've got a lot of parity at the top over here. We got Oklahoma, who are kind of above and head and shoulders above the rest, 24-2. They don't lose games. Denver Nuggets 19-6, 4.5 games back. Then you got the Lakers 18-7. San Antonio, who are playing right now, they are down 21-19 to the Knicks. They are 18-7. The Houston Rockets 16-7, and the Minnesota Timberwolves 17-9.
Yes, sir.
Indeed, Chad. Let's just get to the DDOE and get on out of here, man.
You got it, man.
Let's do it. We don't really have much to talk about. F1's over. We did just have the last fight night, correct? That's it for the year.
Yeah. Mr. Brandon Royval from Denver
got knocked out. Yeah. First round, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That guy that knocked him out now, doesn't he hold a record for knockouts or something?
I didn't see that.
Maybe I'm wrong.
Know. His name is Manel Cap, and I pronounced it wrong actually on the podcast last week. I thought it was Cape, but it's actually Cap.
Oh, Cap.
Yep.
Manel.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a tough one, man.
But he clipped Brandon Royval, and we're actually going to be doing a story from that fight night. Actually, if you want to pull up the YouTube. It's we'll wait till Mr. John Daly gives us a little introduction.
Yeah, let me get this ready though, while we do that.
In too many cities, dangerous illegals walk free.
That's the wrong one. This is the one I need. All right, now John Daly is gonna set us off here. Mr. John Daly, as always, grips it, rips it, and hits it hard, man.
I hit it hard, man. So far, man. No laying up, no holding back. Ain't afraid of nothing.
It's a natural fact.
Till it's gone, man. Keep taking chances, living large. I hit it hard.
All right, that is correct. It is the end of the show, the time when the man, the myth, the legend himself grips it, rips it, and hits it hard, man. And this week we are featuring Mr. Steven Asplund.
Yeah, this is the guy that I thought was. I saw this post from MMA Uncensored Plus, which is really good. Just MMA overall Facebook feed, and man, I didn't watch this fight. I just watched kind of like the last 3 or 4 on this card, and then I went back through and watched it. He actually got him and the guy he was fighting got fight of the night, and they sat there and fought in a phone booth, trading blow for blow the whole time. And this guy's humility and post-fight interview, is kind of deemed as like maybe one of the most inspirational we've heard in a long time. It's definitely worth checking out, and I think that's why he deserves the DDOEs, because the journey that he's kind of been on. I recently listened to the Jelly Roll podcast, and for a guy that weighed around 500 pounds to lose all this weight, I think just inspires a lot of people that, like, you know, if you're just not happy with where you're at, you know, there is a path to just kind of like get to where you want to be.
It's totally not a technical real sport, but this kind of actually happened in the WWE too. That guy who beat John Cena used to weigh like 300 and some
No
pounds.
shit.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Cooper
Yeah.
or whatever, and
Yep.
he lost a shitload of weight.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah, but anyways, let's check out Steven Asplund here as he is going to tell us about.
Hey everybody, Chris Zane here. Unfortunately, due to the fact that UFC decided to hit us with copyright strikes on both the audio and video of the clip we showed in our live stream, you will now hear Steven Asplund interviewed by Michael Bisping, brought to you by some AI voices. Please enjoy.
I'm here with Steven Asplund. What a fight. I mean, that's the way to make your UFC debut. You are literally covered in blood. I've got little all over me as well. How did that feel? What a fight.
First of all, it's an honor to even be next to you, sir. Huge fan. Fuck, Luke Rockhold. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry. No. It's an honor. Sean's a beast. I knew he was coming out for some blood, and I knew he wanted to, stop my loudmouth. I'm not a loudmouth, man. I'm a pretty humble guy. I love coming in here and putting on a show for the fans. I'm honored that this was my debut, and this is what the performance was. Thank you guys all for the support and the love. This is crazy.
The fight was non-stop action from start to finish. The pair of you stood there and just traded. Your output was insane, as was your gas tank. Is that the fight that you expected?
I told everybody in this heavyweight division, I got a fucking gas tank that's gonna make you sick. I'm so sorry. Sorry, UFC. I'm done cussing. I used to be 525 pounds. I was an athlete then. I'm an even better athlete now. This gas tank is only getting better. My skills are only getting better. I got the best team around, the best coach in Minnesota, the best heavyweights in Minnesota. I'm ready to shine, man. I'm so grateful for these guys. I wouldn't be able to do it without them.
This week when we spoke at the fighter meetings, you got very emotional. So this means an incredible amount to you. Can you just give us a little bit of that? Just explain a little bit what this moment means to you.
I came from humble beginnings. My father fought for everything that he had. He raised himself. Same thing with my mother. They fought for everything that they had and built up 3 boys bigger than my father. With all due respect, this guy sat here and tried to train and fight, have a full-time job to support us, and, to be able to make it to the UFC and have a debut to share it with my father. The most beautiful, wonderful man I know. Please give it up for this man. This is Concrete Senior. I stole my daddy's nickname. I stole his day job. I'm pretty similar in attitude. I have a little 4-year-old girl. She turns 4 on Monday. This is just, I wanted a good life for my daughter. I wanted my daughter and my future children to see me and say, I'm proud of my daddy, my beautiful wife over there, Elizabeth. She puts up with so much BS for me, my emotions, and just fight weak. I always have her out here. I'm an emotional guy. Like I said, I was fat. I was bullied my whole life, man. And I just want every other little kid that's been bullied or felt like they're not good enough or worthy. You are. You don't have to be ashamed of your body. I look disgusting. I know I do. And a lot of people who have a lot to say. And, be confident.
Well, that was a beautiful performance. Congratulations. There's nothing more to say. Amazing debut, ladies and gentlemen. And your winner, Steven Concrete Asplund.
Yeah, this guy has a lot of humility, because when you lose 5, like, he probably weighs, I would say, like 240 or something now. 250.
Yeah, at least.
And to go from 525, you're gonna have a lot of excess skin.
Yeah,
and he's also really hairy too. So he just as openly admits, like, dude, I know I'm disgusting, but to have the confidence and the like bravery to go out there and fight and put on a performance like that and to make a speech like that, dude, I think it's fucking awesome.
Yeah, no, that's super cool. I remembered seeing him in the pre-fight stuff, and I was like, oh, damn, like that guy looks like he lost a ton of weight. But that's super cool, man. He's a giant man, though. I could only imagine how big it was at 550.
I recommend go watch.
I don't know who
fight.
bullied him. That's crazy.
Bad idea.
He's like 6'4", and probably weighed 500 pounds. I was like, I'm not messing with that guy.
Yeah.
Other than the fact I can run away. If he caught me, I'm dead.
They're thinking, well, I'm never gonna. I need to go maybe say sorry to him or something.
Yeah, I'm gonna apologize. That guy's gonna kick my ass now. Well, that's cool, man. Yeah, definitely. Hats off to him. That was a cool story. Thank you, Steven Asplund, for that one. Let's get you on the podcast. We'll be reaching out after the Christmas break. We'll have you on, which brings us to the end of the show. We appreciate you all. Please make sure to go like, share, subscribe, and follow us on all things social media. Make sure to be a friend, tell a friend, always and forever. We love you all, and we'll be back on Monday.
Yep.
It's a little switch up, and then we're taking a week and a half off.
Something like that. Yeah, we'll be having one of our favorite guests, Mr. Farzin Vasugian, on. Did I say the last name right?
Vasugian.
Yeah,
it was close.
I thought it was close, but yeah.
He'll be on, and we'll see you guys then, Chad. I love you, buddy, as always. We'll see you on Monday. Bye-bye.
See ya.